Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some fun today. It's Monday, but you know what? I don't want to worry about the day of the week. I want to worry about what we accomplish. What is our goal? What do we need to do? As we see it, believe it, go get it. Now, my name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. We're going to have some fun today because you got to make the best of everything you go through, even if the devil's trying to knock you down. Remember, tablet, pen, write things down, please. You got to put it here. All right, can't take pictures, can't record, but we don't need to do that anyway. Please write down today's date. I'm a firm believer you look at a day, you look at what needs to be done, you write down the goal, you write down the steps, and you go get it. You see it, you believe it, you go get it. So in other words, July 19th, 2021. I call that blackjack. Now between now and the end of the year, I want to get you to $1 million dream. That's right. Maybe 100,000 of personal credit, maybe $1 million. Maybe $1 million in the bank too. All you got to do is listen, learn, and let me do most of the work for you, and you follow through. Not hard to do. I've done this for 43 years, having fun. Now let's give you an example. There's one of the front doors of one of my mansions. At the time, there's one of the 3 yachts. There's one of the big buildings and one of the Lamborghinis too. If I can do this, so can you. Ultimate goal is I like to make people into millionaires. But the bottom line is, how do we do that? Let's understand this. I'm sorry to say you probably wasted thousands of dollars listening to some other blah, 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 and you're not there today, but you will be playing with me. Now, what if I write you a check for $1 million right now? I write you a check. My first question to you is, what bank will you put that in? What bank account will you put it in? Here's our problem. All right, you have not learned how to play the game of business, and you've allowed yourself to be a duck. I'm a duck too, because we all have one SSN. So what do we get to do? Put that money in your bank account, your personal one. Go ahead. You get to keep $375,000. The rest goes to the IRS. Put it in a corporation bank account. You get to keep all the money. Pay all the bills first for the business. Pension plan, annuities, profit sharing, medical, dental, life insurance, policy, company car, and on and on and on more. And then you get a nonprofit offset the taxes, and you pay tax on the leftover. Oh, I'm sorry, there's nothing left. Wow, no wonder what rich and famous people do. But again, we have the United States of America Constitution of the Bill of Rights. You see, procrastination, that's the killer of a dream. If you're a procrastinator from yesterday, today, till tomorrow too, sorry, you're probably never going to go get it. It's kind of like time. I can't control it, neither can you, but we can control what God gave us at the time we've got. So let's not waste any. You know why? I learned firsthand, 2009, July 5th. I died in a coma. All right, had pandemic 19. Nope, pandemic 9. Now we got 19. Hopefully we're going to get through that too. Let's understand, from homeless to million to billion. I'll show you how I did it. So one of my goals for me, so you'll know, is to get all the homeless people off the street. When I was 3, I got to beg and steal off the pier, eat out of a trash can, and I think that sucks. So the bottom line is, homeless people want to go camping. So you know what we want to do? I want to give them the camping sites under the freeways. I want to take all that dead zone and turn it into camping sites. I want to basically understand. See, homeless people, some want to be back into that what? Off the street. That's good. Let's get them to those communities. But no one wants to see this laying in front of an office, a building, a home. That's crap, because it's disgusting. The reality is, tell the truth. Let's give them humanity. Let's turn around and let's have homeless parks, restrooms, showers in local store. I can solve this problem if they allow me to. I was almost getting ready to do so much more before pandemic 19. But let's regroup. Let's have some fun. Now today, let's talk about me just a little bit, and about you too. You see, when I was 7.5 being used and abused, nobody gave a damn. But I kept listening to that poker game every Wednesday night. All the grown-ups going blah, blah, blah. You know what they said one night? They said a corporation's a legal person. Can you write that down, please? I wrote it down. I circled it 10 times. They told me I was weird. I rode my bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department the next day. See, there was a library next door. I went in and said, ma'am, can you explain this to me, please? She said, here's a Marco, please. Here's a book. That's how she talked. I thought it was back in Mayberry. You see, I was lucky. Even though I got used and abused as a kid, had to eat out of a trash can too, I learned to read at 2.5 years old. I write with both hands, talk at the same time, got to knock you off the damn chart. And you know what? Learning to read, I wanted to figure out how to get out of hell. You know what I did? I connected the dots. Sorry to say, if you have a corporation today, they'll say that 9 out of 10 of you, you sit there going, beep, 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 that's all. In other words, you don't know how to give it a blueprint. You don't know how to give it life. It's just a damn piece of paper sitting there for you to do something with it too. But the bottom line is, we're going to use the Bill of Rights as well. We're going to find out that Helping Hand was my first corporation. I was a kid. I brought in $100,000 in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave. Then at 14, I got a Lamborghini, and I brought $1 million in a corporation too. Well, how did I do so far? You see, I think you're stuck. I think you don't know how to get past go. The reality is I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to know, but then I'm going to offer to do the work for you too. So I'll show you the Lamborghini collection, the Duffys, the 6 mansions, how I broke the world record in 1981, all right, when they say white men can't jump. Hell, I hold the record to this day. I just wanted to prove that white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. You got a choice today. You know, I parked my race boat in my backyard. Where you park yours? Helicopter? Oh, the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor? Don't forget about the yachts and the Ferraris too. My bottom line is all I had is God and me. Why haven't you done this? Flat out, I'm putting you on check. Why haven't you done this? Write down Ray's rules. I'll tell you what you've been missing all along. I'll show you how to fight for it too. July 4th, 2009, we took out that yacht. Next day, I'm in a damn coma. Are you kidding me? I took people on the yacht to watch the fireworks, but someone had swine flu and pneumonia. I got to one of the worst cases of history, and I got to die at 5:41. Reality is pretty simple. I got to the other side, and the choice was simple: stay in peace or go back. Now remember something, the doctor just told my wife he's going to die. I heard her scream her head off. I heard someone we trust trick her to sign her POA that day, power of attorney. So I said, go back, please. The problem with every one of you, and I'll say 100%, is your lack of knowledge is why you bring the pain home time after time again. It's just the truth. Now understand, I'm going to show you exactly where you could have played at 18 and you didn't have to ever bring the pain home, ever. And all you're going to do is say, no one told me, Ray. I wish I would have known this before too. Bottom line is, I don't want you to feel the pain anymore. I don't want you in the wrong direction. I want you to use the tools and rules that God gave me to give you if you pay attention today. Now the main thing is we're going to write it down. Now it's like Mary and John here. Okay, the bottom line is they had a nice house. They worked, they got their education, they saved up goody, goody, goody. They refinanced the house, they started the restaurant, and the restaurant went out of business, and what happens now? They're homeless. Now they're living with in-laws. See, there's the problem. They should have never taken the money from their home in the first place. You never, ever take from the family to start a damn business. That was the biggest mistake they do. Probably half of you. Godfather of credit, they named me that in 2008 after I brought in $3.6 billion for my clients. So write down credit rebuilding, because I'm going to have to rebuild your credit because you need to know exactly how to play the game. Now, federal law does not lie. It's right in front of you. That is from the Federal Trade Commission. It says credit repair is a scam. They're not allowed to collect money up front, but hundreds of thousands of people do that every day. $99 a month for a couple years. By the way, it doesn't take more than about 90 working days to rebuild someone's credit. No more than 6 months, unless that person's screwing up again and again too. Now, getting to know me is pretty simple. I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough years ago, security chief at TRW and Asperian. Maybe today let me train you just a little bit, please. Can you write down Credit Services Act so you get that page I just showed you too? They'll actually tell you to look at the Credit Repair Organization Act, where it says attorneys can't do credit repair. By the way, your credit's not broken. You can't repair it. You have to build relationship, dreams, and you have to rebuild the credit. But I've been doing this for 43 years. So that information was provided for Federal Trade Commission. Maybe I can get you to pay attention today. Currently, I broadcast up to 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, all day Saturday. You're stuck with me, seminar, workshop, and boot camp. But the reality is I don't pass the buck. But I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to ask you today to let me be your coach for 90 days. At the end of that, you will definitely be on the $1 million dream. Now, you got 3 things to do to get to $1 million status. That's all you get. You can win the lottery. You can basically inherit the money or you can get a raise. But why don't you use me and let me rebuild you? I'll get you to the $1 million dream. I think it'll be faster than those other three. Ultimate goal, there's only 1,000 steps to get to the $1 million dream. There's never been more than that. I made it simple for everybody. You can't even screw it up too. But let's understand, let's give you the first 25 steps today. You ready with that tablet and pen? Write down number one is go to raisecredit.com. Clickety-clack, get your credit reports for free. You see, I want to rebuild your credit. I want you to give me the report numbers on the right-hand side. Now, I'm going to ask you to start asking people why. I want you to ask people why. I'm going to ask you why right now you got a Social Security card. Can you go get it out of your personal wallet now? I want you to read it front and back. I want you to understand you got an SSN for a couple of reasons. Today we're going to cover that for you too. But if you read the card right in front of you, step number 2, it'll say do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, and flat out it says it's not even your card. I don't understand. You don't even know how to play. Sorry, it's just true. But do you really want to go get it? Give me 90 working days, I'll make your score go up, up, and away. I'll guarantee it too. Oh, the goal is pretty simple. Now, that's step number 3. Now, there's no case that goes past 180 days ever unless that person's screwing up more on themselves too. So here's what we're going to do. You give me the report numbers. I look at the 12 acts and I go after the creditors or the credit bureaus. I like beating up the creditor instead. It's more fun. It gets it off there permanently. Now, I'll teach you to negotiate a debt or two if you have to. Legal acts and methods, what I did when I sued Chase Bank years ago. I brought them in Santa Ana court and I kicked their assets and the judge gave me another $5,000 for them wasting my time. You got more rights than you think you do. Now, here's the thing. Here's Credit Karma. So it proves this person got 157 points. They start at 500. Then they got him 708. When they were done, they had an 821. But here's the thing. I want you to understand something. It only took 45 working days to get that. Now, Credit Karma is great because it's free, but they have nobody to help you anyway. So the bottom line is this. Years ago, when it came to rapid scoring, Ken Yarborough, Harold Stokes, and me was my concept for the mortgage companies, and it works. Now, I came up with about 6 years ago about rapid refresh. This is where it blocks any crap. If you have crap, I'll push your score up and I'll rebuild your credit. So let's understand something. I'll show you examples. This one was done on Friday. See, they have 4 collection accounts. They're at a 487. They got shitty credit. It all sucks. And they've got collection accounts. I still got them an unsecured credit card as I rebuild them. I want to block your crap. I want to rebuild you too. But here's a 587 with a bankruptcy. You have no credit at all. Still an unsecured credit card too. Ultimate goal, they start at 480. From there, I got them the 3 counts. The last card I got them is 3,000. They'll be at a 750 soon, and the next card will be $30,000. That way they have the safety credit too. 11 collection accounts late on their car payment, still got them $3,000. You see, I can prove this every day. Would you like me to do it for you in about 90 working days? They call this called credit rebuilding the right way. Then I'm going to add a rapid rescore. Now what happens is it's $998. One fee, that's it. But I want it done right away. Now what happens next is this. On Saturdays, I do a class called Education Analyzation. It's 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You can go there if you want to. If you don't want to, that's up to you. I'm still going to get you that 750 score. Remember, no case goes past 180 days unless that person screws up again. Here's my guarantee. I'm going to get you a minimum of $1,000 card. That way you can reimburse yourself. No excuses. I don't like excuses. So the next thing is this. If you sell the information and the money now during a webinar live, I give you half price. But if you wait till I'm done, all sales, they'll charge you $998. You see, there's one thing. Banks, they love Zelle, especially Wells Fargo Bank. They announced they're getting rid of the credit lines for consumers and all that stuff too. All the hacking going around in the damn world. See, your credit cards can be hacked. That information's privately. Zelle is instant money. No one can hack it at all. So the bottom line is this. Now, if you're thinking about maybe starting a business too, I call it the thinker. I'll give you the articles, set up a workshop class on level 1 for 30 days for the fun of it. but this is offered only during the webinar. You still pay the $4.99. You get my written back money guarantee too. If I don't say what and do what I say I do, you get your money back, keep all the goodies too. There's no more excuses. So let's understand, banks and credit unions use Zelle. It's easy. You make me the recipient, there's my name, Ray Reynolds. Instead of a phone number, use my email address, ray@rayscredit.com. You can also do a bank transfer deposit. That way there's no credit card to be hacked. All right, because I don't want that to happen to you. Take a picture of that page today. Now, here's another thing you did to yourself too. Sorry to say. You added yourself to the national mailing list. Yeah, you did that too. That's how you got all that junk mail and half the robocalls you get every day. You did it to yourself. Congratulations for that. Can you write down a phone number, please? See, I want you to call it right away. The process of rebuilding, I need you to block a lot of crap. So 888-567-8688. Opt out for 5 years, please. That's step number 4. Because we're going to rebuild your whole life. We're going to have some fun too. So ultimate goal is pretty simple. I want you to plan the problem. If I talk to you today, you're going to tell me that somebody knocked you down, got in the way, and took it away from you too. I'll bet you it's a friend and family member, by the way. Now, the next thing I need you to do is write down safety credit. Can you write that down, please? Let's show you 2 cards worth $50,000 apiece. Problem about personal credit, I can't write off the interest rate of the credit card at all. And the problem is no one's telling you the truth. I want you to take out your credit cards in your personal wallet now. I want you to put a sticky on the card. I want you to write down the limit, 25, 29%. The rules haven't changed since I taught Ken Yarple years ago, but no one's telling you the truth. You'll hear it through me. Nobody will tell you this, but I want you to understand. The moment you jack up a card past 29%, you jacked up the card, you got stuck on your credit report, and you can't get any more. So you jacked it up, dropped your score, can't get any more. It's just the truth. So we're going to have to learn the discipline you've been lacking all along. Next thing I need you to do is write down a line of defense. See it, believe it, go get it. See, in your city today, you have Wells Fargo, B of A, Chase Bank, or grocery stores. They have literally closed down locations. They bankrupt the locations. All right, they wrote it off on their taxes, and they got a tax credit. They're playing the game, but not you. You tend to like to bring the pain home to your family too, right? I want that stopped. There'll be many times I will tell you what to do, and I just want you to follow through. I want to do the work for you too. Put the sticky behind the card. All right, bottom line is never bring the pain home again. See, I'm guaranteeing this, so I need you to follow through too. Step number 5. The only thing that happens to your credit report is you. I might tell you to get the hell out of my way too. You take a card past 29%, you drop the score, you get stuck, you can't get any more. Unfortunately, most people who lose the job or have an emergency, they do the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and then they jack up their credit 42 days. Do you understand you're using the wrong damn money in the first place? I don't understand. I really don't. But the lack of knowledge is why you got stuck. So let's teach you how to play. It's simple. I want to repackage your life today. I'm talking about your house, your car, your bank account. Is that okay if I repackage you and get you to the $1 million dream as I did it at 14 years old? Maybe you'll learn today. All right? And you see, I wrote and got credit for my cat years ago. I pulled off that stunt too. I wanted to prove it could be done. Damn, cats have 9 lives. As to today, so will you. Now let's understand something. Inc. magazine right there says how to finance anything by using plastic. I'm all on that issue. Understand. How about I get you corporate credit? You get to write off the interest rate, the credit card, and the line of credit. How about I show you how to finance the business and write that off too? And if it screws up, how you can basically disconnect, isolate, and write that off too. And you're never the duck. See, the problem is you don't know how to play. And you bring the pain home to you and your family almost all the time and almost every day. So the reality is simple, learning how to play. Now let's pretend right now you need $5,000 now. You ask your friends, your family, the bank, you know what they do? They all say no. You see, they say that if you have the worst credit in the world today, you know what happens? You waste $50 every other day. Is that true? There's a card in my hand for $5,000. So let's remember, a $5,000 card, the payment is $50 a month. So what the average person wastes every other day All right, it would have basically maintained the payment on a safety credit card. See, personal credit should not be used the way it is today. So let's understand today that they also say you all spend $140 a week and you waste it. If that's true, that's $600 a month. If I look at these cards here and I max out one of these today, the payment is $612.26. So let's focus on this. What the average person is wasting in a given month. All right, I would have bought them 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-thru even during a pandemic. Stop wasting money. Never bring the pain home. We're going to start losing some common sense too. Ultimate goal, that's step number 6. So what do we get to do? Is pretty simple. I want you to reach all your goals. I reached every goal I've ever had by the time I was 26. All right, so the reality is I want you to believe in you. It's like when I broke the record for the highest kick in 1981. I was kicking the door jam since I was 10. I just wanted to prove white men do jump because stupid people say we don't. I still hold that record today. I don't listen to those dummies around me. I do what God says. See it, believe it, go get it. That's all you got to do. And let's go back to you. You have an SSN called a Social Security card. It's in your personal wallet. Hopefully you got it out too. You know what happens? You get your first paycheck. Oh, to get that, you had to get basically an SSN, Social Security card, to get the job. Then you got your paycheck. In your first paycheck, you went, what? That's all I get? Now I know I work for that company in the IRS too. Damn, that's all I get today. Then they tax you till you're dead, and then they put you in probate too. It's not my fault you didn't learn how to play. Ultimate goal, that's the IRS public record for you. See, we only have one SSN. We're all a bunch of ducks. Quack, 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 quack. Your problem with one SSN, you're not going to get a fighting chance to win. And you got to learn how to play. But again, it's not my fault you didn't incorporate you or work in conjunction to. Your problem is you got to learn how to play. So we get one SSN and one chance to win? That sucks. You like being a duck? I don't like being a duck. I think it sucks. You got your SSN, you got your Spearing, your Transio and Equifax too. At the moment you jacked it up, you got stuck. You couldn't get any more. You backed yourself in a corner, which hurts you and your family. That's not acceptable. When I was a kid, I didn't really have a family. I was too busy being used and abused, and it sucks. So let's understand something. Put the sticky behind those cards, learn how to play. You see, the bottom line is we got an SSN for another reason too. We're the collateral for the United States of America Incorporated. I love the USA, but I want to play. So I learned the rules how to play. Nixon takes a gold standard out. What happens next? Simple. Write down Ray's rules. Go ahead. Now, I'd like you to have $100,000 of credit. Now, don't tell me that's way too much, Ray. You know, it's not enough or not too much. When you can't feed your family, can't pay your car payment, the rent, or the house payment. That sucks. Grown-ups should always be prepared for the problem. And what you got to realize is this. If you use 29%, all right, that would leave you $71,000 of safety credit. Just in case, blanket the fan, lost a job, or we have a pandemic for 18 months or so. When you take the money and credit from your family and you roll the dice and bring the pain home, I'm sorry to say that's called stupidity. We don't do that anymore. I'm going to give you the rules and the solutions too. Ray's rules, write it down again and again too. Now, step number 7, we get to play. Now, don't give me your sad story. Hell, I've been in 2 comas. Okay, one, I was paralyzed, never going to walk, but I learned what God told me to do, get up. Last one, I got to die July 5th, 2009, 12 years ago, this month. So no more excuses. There's my yacht, my race boat, my largest U-dock in Huntington Harbor. There's the address. Right there, I was dead. They were asking my wife if I was a donor. So you better understand something. I'm going to get you repackaged again. We're going to do it my way. H1N1 kills me, but I came back after that coma. I walked around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. I put my credit score back to an 820. Then I popped into their credit card again. How are you going to get where you want to go? All right, like I gave you the 3 reasons. I'll bet you the fastest way, let me repackage you. Let me rebuild you. Can you write down closet division? Can you write down 5, please? I want you to have a backup and a backup. So when you get knocked down again, you can get it out of the closet again and again too. fighting through the pains, pull out the clouds of division. Every grocery store and bank, if they bankrupt a piece, they still have businesses open too. Cities do this too, rich and famous people. Your problem is you didn't learn how to play. And you bring the pain home and go, boo-hoo. No more. We're going to fight for your dream. You could have did this since you're 18 years old. Ultimate goal, we're going to use that Constitution and the Bill of Rights too. Now, every morning since I was a little boy, I wake up at 2:25. Just happens every day. I drop to my knees and say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. But since all I had is God and me, I put myself in check. In other words, every day, since I was a little boy, I look in the mirror for 2 minutes, and then I ask myself to answer 2 questions at the end of the 2 minutes. But I say it out loud so I can hear myself. See, I look in my own eyes, because I got no excuses, but neither do you. I ask, have I completed everything? No. Is there more to be done? Always. The problem is, you got an idea, you got a dream, that's great. But when you go get that encouragement from your friends and family and say, what do you think? All they do is interrupt everything you say and do. Oh, you got to do it this way or that way. You ever notice the dummies always tell you what you got to do and they haven't done it for themselves too? Do not allow someone to cloud your direction. Give me 90 days. That's all I ask for. I will have you on that $1 million dream and you'll want me to hold your hand for a lifetime. Step number 8. God's delays have never been God's denials. As long as we're what? Moving forward, we're not falling down, giving the thanks to the Father for everything. God is always above the rest. In Jesus' name, amen to that too. Understand today. Let's go get the money. You see, money to me, I don't have to steal and beg off the pier, eat out of a trash can. You see, we're getting older, slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. Go back to that job you hate. It's okay. Because eventually they're going to fire you anyway. You know this. And then you're going to deliver some damn pizza. Is that your dream? It's not mine, but it could be yours for all you know. Remember, you will learn from me. See it, believe it, go get it. Everything I've ever wanted. I pray, God opens the door and I go get it. I have everything I've ever wanted, don't you? If I want something else, I'll go get it. Step number 9. Now let's look at those banks and grocery stores in your city. How about Sam's Club? Now listen, they shut down 63 locations 2 years before pandemic in California alone, not counting the other 40 United States. They chose, I don't like these locations, we're going to bankrupt. So in other words, they got to try. If they didn't win, they got to bankrupt it or write it off on their tax and get a tax credit and do it again. Your problem is you're a duck. And that kind of sucks. So let's remember something today, please. They use branch numbers, tax ID, and subsidiary. Write down division and tax ID the way I designed it in '86. It's like anything else. You heard a city file bankruptcy in the past, haven't you? What did you do? You heard it. What did you do? Nothing. Sorry, I'm that kind of person. I tear everything apart. I'm curious as how did they do that? I want to know exactly how they did it, like I studied rich and famous people when I was a kid. See, the United States of America Incorporated, all right, they have their line of defense called every state's a corporation, and every city's a corporation under the state too. They planned the damn problem. But now you like bringing the pain home to your family too, right? They invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act, just in case blank hit the fan for them too. Don't you think you should use that same rules too for you? But what can I say? You have a bad day, you like to bring the pain home? I think that kind of sucks. We're going to master the rules and tools. You got it? Apple files bankruptcy in '97. They're done. But you know what Mr. Bill Gates did? Even though he got indicted 4 times from our lovely government, he wrote a check for Apple for $150 million. All right, now there were trillions of dollars today. I need you to write down bankruptcy. Write it down. I want to make sure you understand everything I tell you is factually verifiable. I'll show you how to verify everything I say too. I got no excuses, but neither do you after meeting me. You Google the word bankruptcy today. It'll show you SSN. Oh, we're ducks. Won't we just go through the day going quack, 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 we're a dumb duck. But then it says S is for corporation, division, subsidiary more. Hell, I want nothing to go wrong too. But I need another chance to protect my family, don't you? Well, what can I say? That's step number 10. Ultimate goal, let's look at our lives. You got one SSN equals a 1040 tax return, and then they tax you till you're dead, and they pray you get in probate too. SS4 equals 1120. Look at line 10 there. Look at it. It says banking and credit purposes. Every card I give you, you get to write an interest rate, the credit card line of credit too. If it screws up, you get rid of the bad piece and keep the other pieces too. You never bring the damn pain home. Shouldn't you be doing that since day one? That's the IRS public record for you. But again, you like being a duck, quack, 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 or you want to learn to play. It's simple. I'll teach you how to play and hold your hand too. But I like to do most of the work. I have a 100% success rate. I don't want you screwing that up. You got one SSN and only one chance to win. That sucks. But guess what? SS4 gives you more chances to try and win. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. But again, that's up to you too. You see, this is what I heard when I was 7.5. It's not legal advice. It's chapter 18. Read it. It's right in front of you. A corporation is a legal person may sue and be sued. I was looking for a damn blueprint. I was looking for the instruction manual like you've been looking all your life. Well, I had to create my own, going back to that library every day till I was 9.5. I created my own too. It's about time you pay attention to me, because I can change your life right away. Kind of fun. Now, if you do the corporation thing, someone's going to ask you if you're a member of the BBB, the Better Business Bureau, the crooks. Sorry, all you got to do is Google BBB got busted. Hell, it's all over the news if you pay attention. We get 3 silly calls a day. Are you a member? You sound intelligent. Why didn't you do your damn research? You got 10 million companies who will not pay their blackmail money. You want an A rating? It's $650. There you go. The court even said, get the hell out of my city. All you do is sell scores and A ratings. All right? They not only got indicted, they changed their name and played that game too. I'm not saying that. I'm just reading 2020 and CNN. Your choice is simple, learning how to play. The bottom line is I got to be the incorporated for 2019 Rich and Famous People too. Profit and nonprofit working in conjunction. Kind of fun. Now I created a program for people coming out of prison. They need to be rebuilt again. So I got free rate. Ricky Ross, after 20 years in prison, in 6 months, I made him a qualified CFO. I got him a gold and a platinum card paid over time. Up to $1 million. Would you like one or two? Let me know. I mean, Thomas was in prison for 26 years. All right, but now he's basically doing a couple million a year. Isn't that fun? Took me about 6 months to repackage him too. So beat your doubt, run your race. You might have to get the hell out of my way while I rebuild you. That's step number 11. I got to make you the qualified CFO you need to be. Simple. Getting past go, no problem. I'll show you a bunch of goodies too. God's gift. Ooh, my mansion. One of the 6, there's a yacht parked in the backyard. Where you park yours? There's a race boat too. Wow, the helicopter, one of the buildings, one of the Lamborghinis too. We get to play. I told you only got 3 ways to get to millionaire status. It's true. You can basically win the lottery. Good luck on that. You can inherit the money too or get a damn raise. Will it be enough? How about you let me rebuild you to $1 million status? Is that okay? All right. See, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 40 years ago. All right. Repackage America, because I want to repackage you too. Now, let's understand, when I was at the Bonaventure every Wednesday night, 7 p.m., 32 years, I sold the 12 books and CDs with 1,000 steps for $5,000. There was always a line around the door. That was kind of fun too. Now, what happens nowadays, the office sells the Millionaires Founders Kit for $999. On a live webinar, which is now, I give you half price. It's $499. But if you want the Millionaires Founders Kit, it's now. If not, call sales later today. It's Zelle, bank transfer deposit. I give it to you $499. They give it to $999. They're on commission, I'm not. So again, take a picture of that page. Maybe you want to save some money too. Ultimate goal, please change your driver's license. I'd like it to be a P.O. box or a mailing address. Is it okay? He wrote a check the other day. All right, you gave me a driver's license and your house got robbed. Don't you understand? All right, the DMV has been selling people on mailing lists for years. Just like Rebecca, they did that too. So let's do this. Let's protect our assets, use raise rules, and never bring the pain home again. You got the Driver's Privacy Protection Act too. But again, that's number 12. I want to repackage everything you do. When I wrote the rules and tools for divisions in '86, multiple functions, disconnect, isolate, incorporate, separate pieces, that every division get cash credit and supply credit. Oh my goodness, we're going to have fun. Now let's pretend you're going to listen to me. And here's a corporate 9 divisions. All right, I get your card up to $1 million paid over time. Is that okay? But the next thing is, why don't you let me get you 9 sister cards? Is that okay? So every division, because divisions are cheap, get their own line of credit too. That could be $1 million to $10 million. The division also can have a piece of property or a franchise. So if the grocery store and the bank can do this, so can you. But your problem is you don't know how to play. Oh, well, what can I say? If one of them got screwed up, well, would you have A left to go? What would you do next? Set up another one again too. We get to learn to play and not bring that pain home starting today. But again, it's called Buckets of Money, Tax Balancing, Become the Bank. I wrote those books too. You got a choice. Let's look at your car. Oh, goody, look at it. Think about it. When you bought that car, did you let them sweat you for hours on end? You lose $5,000 up to 9 inquiries. They gave you a piece of paper, said, can you fill this out? Can you basically, because we got to run your credit. Here's where you screwed up. When you signed that paper and handed it to them, all right, bye, 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 I'm a sheep, bye, bye, bye. You became a damn sheep from now on. You fill out an application, you sign that thing next to that signature, you're writing down that allows 1 inquiry. You're taking a picture. That's what you're going to do. We're going to use Ray's rules. Problem today, that car's registered to you. Congratulations. Who do they sue when there's damn bumpity bump? You. Quack, quack, quack. You're a duck, you're a duck. Step number 13. You see, I want you to cover your ass. It's kind of like this guy here. All right, he could be your brother-in-law, he could be your next-door neighbor. You see, he goes to church with his wife every Sunday, Mary, his son and daughter and grandkids. He's at the coffee store. Oh, he fell down. Ah! No one heard him the first time. So he sat up and he did it again. Ah! He wants his $1 million lawsuit. You got to deal with this crap every day. You go online now and you get this people that say, hey, I really didn't get hurt, but I got $167,000. Fill out this form. We'll get you a bloodsucker to call you too. What can I say? Now that car, you bought it wrong. You see, you should have been fleet price, tax ID, under a division of a corporation. You see, if you did it my way, it wouldn't show up on the credit reports. And guess what? It's a full write-off too. But guess what? Today, you probably have a repossession. Oh, goody. The IRS is going to give you a 1099-C. Congratulations, you screwed up again. What can I say? I've been doing this for 43 years. Where you been? You see, if you drive that car to the grocery store and the bank, a little bumpity bump, they're going to scream their head off and act they're going to die. They got to put on a show. Then it's driver's license, registration, insurance, please. And then you go, your heart falls out of your chest. Really, your home address? Well, that's up to you. The insurance for the car you drive today, I'll bet you're paying that out of a paycheck. It's taxed. You got the leftover, you pay the insurance. Don't they call that taxable income? But the corporation could have paid for the insurance before tax was considered. But no matter what I say or do, you're still the registered owner. Congratulations. You know those 44 attorneys you see on TV every day that say, I'm number one, I'm number one? I wonder who's going number 2. Oh, well, that's on them. Probably on you. You see, shouldn't a registered owner be a division of a corporation? That way when they sue the registered owner, it's not you, and let's see if we can get them diddly squat. Hell, why not? You can learn to protect your assets too if you want to. But again, that's step number 14. You see, it's like buying a car at fleet price. They allow, you can go online to any manufacturer, dealer, lease, finance, whatever it is today. It allows Social Security number or tax ID. SSN to SS4. Who wants to be the duck? You like being a duck? Or does that suck? Your choice is simple. When I had my 17 houses years ago, I couldn't get number 18. They kept throwing in my face the loan-to-value problem. So I transferred them into the divisions. You know, what did I do? I freed up my credit report. It's no longer there. No more loan-to-value problem. And the divisions separate liability. Your paycheck, I want to teach you how to break even. Now, a corporation's allowed to receive all the money, pay all the bills first, and pay tax if there's anything left over. Amazon pays zero tax on $10 billion. You pay more tax than they do. Congratulations again. All right, you got a choice to learn to play. Or you can stay being a duck and say, life passed me by. You see, don't tell me there's a loophole. There's no loophole. Reality is they do what they're allowed to do. All right, they pay property tax, gallon of gas too, just like everybody else does. But the reality is pretty simple. As they announced it on the news 5 weeks ago, it's great. It's like endorsing what I've been teaching and preaching for 43 years. So what do? They do exactly what the Internal Revenues allows corporations to do. They don't pay tax, so they make a profit. So your choice is to bitch and complain, or shut up and join the club. Oh well, which one you want to do? You brought the pain home, and that sucks. So do this, please. Write down borrow money's not taxable. Borrow money's not taxable. Write down the 4 boxes. Corporation, 3 divisions. Write down a line of defense right there. This is what I designed in '86 for you. If one of those divisions have a problem, we're going to disconnect, isolate, and incorporate. We're going to keep the good pieces. But we're not bringing that pain home. If the grocery store, the bank, and the rich and famous people can do this, so can you. Isn't it about time you learn how to play? But that's up to you. You could have did this at 18 years old. What can I say? That's step number 15. Now, as I build credit as an affiliate, I'm allowed to do SSNSS4. I'd like to get you $100,000 of personal for safety, up to $1 million for the corporation. Write that off too. Is that okay if you get some free money? Just maintain the little payment. Now, every Saturday, like I said, I broadcast up to 3 to 5 times a day, Monday through Friday, live. I don't like pre-recorded crap. All day Saturday, 8 classes. You start at 7 in the morning, go all through the day. You get to play with me. I don't take breaks, so get used to that too. But again, I get to be your coach for 90 days. It may be a lifetime too. Now, here's what I got to do for every one of you. I got to block anything, good or bad. First of all, we're going to block some crap. We're going to block it, then we're going to rebuild it. 487 gets credit unsecured. Collection account still. 586 still. No credit, a bankruptcy. From a 480 to a 701, soon to be a 750 and more. 571 with collection accounts, and they're late on their damn car payment, but they got $3,000. Is that okay? I want to rebuild you from the beginning to the middle to the end. Not 98. But again, it never goes past 180 days unless you screw up on you. What do I guarantee? You're going to get at least a $1,000 cash card. That way you can refund yourself. But if you did this during my live webinar without talking to sales, you get half price. You Zelle $4.99. Simple. On top of that, if you want to get into the thinker, or maybe I'm thinking about a corp, set up level 1, and basically it's for 30 days, we get to play somewhere too. Here's Zelle. Take a picture of that today. See, Zelle, there's no hacking. I don't worry about credit cards and stuff. I want to expedite everything for you. Bank transfer deposits, there's no hacking there too. So ultimate goal is like on Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have a class called Setup. Here's how to set up the corporation step by step. I do it for you anyway, but I teach you how to do it, and I do it for you anyway. Here's how to name it. Here's how to pick the state. Here's how to pick the type too. Then we go right into level 1. How to set up your division step by step for you. You get to do those too. And to buy at wholesale price. Now that's on Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. You get to go to either one or both for 90 days because it's included in your corporate package with me. See, if you got a corp, I'll build that one if you want me to. If not, I've been handing articles for free for 43 years. I'm going to credit rebuild you, wrap a rescore, officer's tax ID, set up in level 1 for 90 days, showing you exactly what I'm doing and what you need to do too. But here's the fun thing. I'm going to hand you $10,000 of cash credit. $10,000. You see, the office sells this for $1,999. Good price. Since Mark here paid $3,700 for a damn corp and got a stock kit, now he's going, Ray, what do I do? Go get your damn money back. So they want $2,000 in the sales team. That's good. On a live webinar, I give you half price off. So for $999, you can Zelle, all right, and get all those goodies, and you're stuck with me for 90 days. Now, the Millionaire in the Making workshop, let's understand this flat out. All right, the only difference between this and the previous, it's got all the same things, but it's the amount of credit. you get $25,000 of cash credit. And again, the office sells it for about $5,000. Half price with me is $20,000, $24,000. No, I'm kidding. $2,499 half price. You see, that's 10 times money back to you again too. And all you'd ever have to do is Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. And then we call you right away so we can expedite everything for you. No more excuses. Run your life through a corporation or in conjunction, please. But that's up to you. All I can tell you is that's step number 16. So bottom line is this. We get to use the rules and tools too. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, on a corporation, debt offsets taxes. All right, but you today, I'll bet you get a paycheck. It's tax, you get the leftover, and then you pay the car payment, the gas, the registration, insurance. Could you say no right away, please? Why don't you start driving a company car? You get to write it off too, but that's up to you. See, you got choices. Step number 17. Now, I call it tax balancing. Let's get you your paycheck, let's break even with your house payment, and let the corporation do millions and billions of dollars. Is that okay? I just showed they all do that too. This is your right. Now, SS4, write it down, times 4 equals 1120. SSN's 1040, SS4 is 1120. And what does it say in line 10? Banking and credit purposes. So let's understand, we're going to look at IRS public record. This is number 18. I want you to download this form today, irs.gov SS4. I want you to find out what I'm telling you is factually verifiable too, unless you like to keep being a Doug. That's up to you. You have the rights to play. The United States of America Incorporated, they set up the line of defense called all states are corporations. The states set up the cities are corporations too. That line of defense, but not you. You're sitting there going, what do I do? Remember, they planned the problem just in case it happened to them too. A Chapter 9 bankruptcy. Federal Protection Act, look it up, it's public record. They get to bankrupt the debts of a city and stay in business. And you're we the people. So you can learn to play too if you wanted to. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you don't want to be dead. I mean, heck, but again, do you want to learn to play? Nixon took the gold standard out. What happened next? Every hospital is federally mandated that every woman delivers a baby, that they have to sign an SSN form within 3 hours. You see, they got to bond the baby, all right, and they got to print some more money. I guess the baby's going to walk out of the hospital and get a job. What do you think? If mama don't sign that form, baby's not going in the car seat, and not going in the car at all, not going home. She's going to sign the form, right, mamas? You already did it too. Bottom line on websites, you see, you don't need to guarantee. Talk about a bunch of BS. To get cash credit, 8 cards per division if you want. Line 9's a credit too. You got to be a qualified CFO. Supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, gas cards too. I'm going to make you the greatest CFO you could ever be while I rebuild you. Now, if you look at those trade lines, please, before you do that, look at the Fair Lending Act. I don't want to visit you in prison. So, corporate credit is a write-off, the credit card line of credit too. All right, we get to write it all off, build it up, write it off. If it screws up per division, we write that off too. We never bring the pain home. But it can't do it for you. That's why we're all a bunch of ducks with the one SSN. Whack, whack, whack. Again, we get to choose. We get to choose what we want to do. We have to learn the rules and tools, how to play. When you bought your house, I'll bet you, did you use Ray's rules? You didn't do that? You didn't use escrow, close, homestead, put it in a trust? Oh my goodness, if they sue you, they take it away. If you die, it's stuck into probate. Your family got diddly squat for you not listening to me today. Oh well, what can I say? When you fix up a property, you hire the contractor, and the contractor hires a subcontractor that's down outside Home Depot. And what happens next is if someone cuts the corners, slip and fall, they're coming after you again. Why don't we think just a little bit? Why don't we quickly deed any properties we're going to fix up and quickly deed to a division? That's about $12. And we're doing assignment of equity too. This way, at the end of the day, when they try to sue you, let's see if we can make sure they get diddly squat. Hell, why not? Now, I like irrevocable trust. But pick what you want, because you're a grown-up too. Ultimate goal, that's step number 19. 6 more to go. I bet you some of you are playing peekaboo with the IRS, and you're making a big mess. Remember, the rules are simple. Corporations don't pay tax until you make a profit. So you might want, if you screwed up hypothetically, irs.gov, download a 656 of 433A and B. See, I want you to remember something. To get all that free money right now. They got so much money, they printed so much, they haven't stopped. Whee! Get your butt back in the system. By the way, that's step number 20. Now, when you fix up a property, do what I do, please. Be like me, OPM. I don't want you spending your own money. I want you to set up the divisions. Save up to 70% from the manufacturer. All right, don't pay a bill for 30 to 60, 90 days anyway. And all of a sudden you close escrow. It pays off the debt. Now you got up to $200,000 left over. See, that's the goal. What are you going to do? Go piss it away like you did before? No, we're going to do what I tell you to, please. Raise rules, leverage the money. Borrow money is not taxable. I'm going to turn that into $15 million. In the beginning, probably 3. Let's set up the line of defense. See it, believe it, go get it. Is that okay with you? By the way, that's step number 21. I call that blackjack. So the goal is simple. Now let's understand, borrowed money is not what? Taxable. You're going to have to learn how to play. But again, the reality is don't bring the pain home ever again. Starting today. The Reynolds University, my building, just before my coma, it was only 22,000 square feet. In Irvine Spectrum, other buildings around the globe too, doing up to $1 million a day, helping people like you. The bank will be at the office almost every day going, They love to kiss your assets when you got money. When you don't have a pot, you know what? They don't know your name. But the banks borrow from the feds times 10. They loan back 5 to us. So if we would have took that money from the escrow, leveraged it my way, raised rules, that would have created $3 million up to that too. Borrow money not being taxable. I tell you to go buy a McDonald's today. Hell, why not? They stay open through pandemics. You want a Big Mac, a fry, and a chocolate shake? Let me know. See, you got the choice to play. But again, are you willing to listen and learn? Now let me do most of the work for you too. Your corporation, when we get to set up, I'm going to talk about, it does only 4 things. We don't create a lot of liability. Because if they sue the corp, they get to go after you and pierce the veil too. How about we set up that line of defense? All right? And all of a sudden the divisions become the ducks. Rich and famous people do it. Bank of America does it. Wells Fargo does it. Cities do it. When we learn to play. Something goes wrong with the division, we disconnect, we isolate, and we incorporate. And what happens next is pretty simple. I'm going to fight to save it. If I cannot save it, I'm going to bankrupt a piece. But I'm going to keep all the good pieces. And there's no way I'm going to bring the pain home ever. Why did you? Because you don't know how to play. That's step number 22. So the bottom line is simple. When you go in the mirror and do the mirrors test today, please do one more thing. Ask yourself a question. What are you willing to lose? When you play any game, you're going to lose a piece or two. Now, I want world peace. I want nothing to go wrong. But that's what I'd like. But the reality is, the truth is, if I have to lose a piece, it'll be a division. Because I can go get another one too. Just like banks and grocery stores and cities. And rich and famous people too. I'm not bringing the pain to the family. I'm not letting them pierce the veil. The division gives me a line of defense. So if I play chess, what do I have to do? Lose a piece or two? But you ever notice the winners always get checkmate? Maybe you want to learn how to play. Step number 23. Ultimate goal. God's using me to help you. Are these turned on? I pray that they are today. Remember, I don't want you to feel the pain. I don't want you going the wrong direction. I want you to use the rules and tools that God gave me to give you. Are you writing them down? Are you paying attention to? See, here's a building in a Lamborghini, part of the Reynolds University. All right? Reach the dream. Think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. That's why we named it Raise Rules. It works. But I make millionaires. You want to be next? Let me know. It's up to you. How did the 14th Amendment turn corporations into people? Wow, the United States of America Incorporated sets up 50 states corporations, and the cities are set up under the corporation known as the state. They're playing the game. But now you, I think you're past due and set up your line of defense for you. What do you think? But again, what can I say? You have the ability to basically never bring the pain home. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, put it in a trust. Ultimately, go up to $1 million credit for the corp. Why not? Divisions are cheap. I mean, the bottom line is, let's put a division for every basically piece of real estate. How about for every franchise? How about current business? Let's set up the line of defense. That way we don't have to worry about bringing the pain home ever again. We're going to use raise rules. Your choice is step number 24. You see, again, I need to grab your credit report, the credit report numbers, wrap a refresh to it, block any crap if I have to, and prove to you flat out 400 get scores in credit from me. All the time, unsecured. Build it up, it's $9.98. Okay, go to the class on Saturday if you want to, 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time too. From there, no case goes past 180 unless you screw up on you. From there, you're guaranteed a $1,000 card. Reimburse yourself. From there, if you did it during the webinar with me, you get half price of $4.99 if you Zelle now. If you're thinking about a corp, all right, there, Alex, I'll give you the article, set up level 1 for free. Play with me for 30 days. All right, then if you want, I'll get you some more credit too. All you have to do is Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. We don't have to worry about any hacking with that. It's pretty simple to do. Don't forget to set up a level 1 class on Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Ultimate goal, starter package to be a millionaire, credit rebuilding, rapid score, articles, also has tax ID, set up in level 1, 90 days with me. I'm doing all the work for you anyway, then I'm going to teach you how to play. I'm going to give you $10,000 of cash credit. Office is going to give it to you for $2,000. Webinar gives you half price of $999 to you. All right, millionaire in the making, simple. The only thing difference is $25,000 of credit versus 10. But then they charge $5,000 for that. But again, half price with me is $2,499. And all you do is Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. Repackaging your house, your car, your bank account. That's what I want to do for you, if you allow me to. But again, last chance before I'm done. All right, I'm going to basically do a rapid refresh. All right, I'm going to show you exactly how I give people credit every other day. $9.98, class on 1 o'clock on Saturday. No class goes past our you're getting $25,000 built up for you. But again, half price on that is $2,499 to you. $99 to you. All it is Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. See, if you want, never feel the pain. Don't go in the wrong direction. Let's use the rules and tools God gave me to give you. I'm going to hold your hand personally. I don't pass the buck. We're going to rebuild every one of you. Ultimate goal today, stay safe and strong. We do our best while Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. Bottom line is up to you. You see, I want to get you to the next step. And what happens flat out right now, this is step 25. Now, the sales team have agreed for 5 minutes, because they want to make their commission. They'll honor everything I offered you right now. You got 5 minutes to call 800, toll free, 510-3338. That's 800-510-3338. Keep in mind, we got to do our best all through the day. We got to let basically God do the rest. And we can never forget, God loves us all.